Geometry. Here is our chapter 15 practice test video. Hopefully this helps you with studying for our test on Friday. So here we go. Finding the total area and volume. That's total area and surface area, the same thing. So if it's more comfortable to think of surface area, that's fine. So volume and surface area of a prism. The surface area is the area of the base, both bases, and then the lateral area, which is the area of all those rectangles on the sides. So for surface area, I'm going to need to do the perimeter times the height plus 2 times the base. Okay, so the perimeter would be 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5, which is 16. Multiply that by the height plus 2 times the area of the base, which is 5 times 3. Okay, so I'm going to do 16 times 8 plus 2 times 15. Should get 158. And that is in feet squared for your surface area. Your volume is just going to be area of the base times the height. So that's going to be 15 times 8. 15 times 8 is 120 feet cubed. Okay, so I'm probably not going to write out all the formula every time, but I'll write out the numbers. Okay. Surface area of this guy is equal to pH plus 2b. So that would be, my perimeter would be 5 times 6 sides is 30. Times the height is the distance between the bases, that's 28. Plus 2 times the area of the base, which they give us 75. Okay, so 30 times 28 plus 2 times 75. Is 990 centimeters squared. And then the volume is just going to be the area of the base times the height, right? So area of the base is 75 times the height is 28. Gives me 2100 centimeters cubed. Next one, surface area is equal to the perimeter, which is 6 plus 8 plus 10. That would be 24. Perimeter of the base times the height, which is 14, plus 2 times the area of the base, 2 times 1/2. It's a triangle, so 1/2 base times height, 1/2 times 8 times 6. So 24 times 14 plus, these guys cancel, 48. 384 inches squared. And my volume would just be area of the base, which I said was this. So it would be 48. Nope, half of 40, that'd be 24, right? 1/2 times 8 times 6 equals 24. I need to multiply that by the height, which is 14. And you get an answer of 336 inches cubed. Okay. Surface area here. Perimeter of the base is 36 times the height is 22 plus 2 times the area of the base. The area of the base, we just use side squared times root 3 over 4. So that would be 12 squared, which is 144, times root 3. And I take that number, which is 249 divided by 4. I get 62.3. I'm going to keep that exact value. Take that 62 number, multiply it by 2, and add to that 36 times 22, which gives me 916.7 feet cubed. My volume is just going to be the area of my base, so this number times 22. That 62.35 number times 22 gives me 1371.8 feet cubed. That should be feet squared, that's an area, my bad. Squared. Next one, trapezoidal prism, right? Finding the base, so surface area is equal to the perimeter. We'll start with that. 12 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9. 8 plus 9 is 17 plus 18, which is 35. 35 is my perimeter times the height, which is 20. I'm going to say that's kilometers. Times 20 plus 2 times the area of the base. The area of the base is 1/2 times the height, which is 6, times 12 plus 6. That's going to end up being, these can cancel. That's going to end up being 6 times 18 plus 35 times 20. Get 808 kilometers squared. And then the volume is just the area of the base, which is this thing, 1/2 times 6 times 12 plus 6. Take that number and multiply that by 20. So 1/2 times 6 times 18 times 20. 1080 kilometers cubed. This one, surface area is equal to pH, so that would be 5 plus 4 plus 3 is 12, times the height is 15, plus the area, 2 times the area of the base, 2 times 1/2 times 4 times 3. Again, these will cancel. That's 12 times 15 plus 12 is 192 inches squared. The volume, the area of the base, 1/2 4 times 3 times the height, which is 15. Gives me a 90 inches cubed volume. Next one, find the volume of each of these. It's a pyramid, right? So 1/3 base times height. So that would be 1/3 times the area of the base, which is 90, times the height, which is 15. I would go ahead and do 90 times 15 and then just divide that by 3 instead of multiplying by 1/3. It's a little bit easier. It's the same thing. 450 meters cubed. Next one. 1/3 pi r squared h. So 1/3 pi, radius is 12 squared times 15. Times 15. So I would go ahead and do pi times 144, which is 12 squared times 15. Divide that number by 3 and you get 2261.9 or 2262, let's call that. That would be in centimeters cubed. First page done. Second page. Volume of each figure. This is a trapezoidal pyramid, excuse me. So 1/3, the area of the base is going to be 1/2 times the height, which is 8, times the height, which is 8, times adding the base is 14 plus 10. Multiply that whole thing by the height, which is 15. So 1/2 times 8 times 24, which is 14 plus 10, times 15 divided by 3, which is 480 kilometers cubed. Next one, 1/3 base height in this triangular pyramid, 1/3 area of the base is 1/2 times 5 times 12, base times height. Multiply that by 12, which is my height. That's 12 height. So 1/2 times 5 times 12 times 12 divided by 3 is 120 inches cubed. Next one, pi r squared h for this cylinder. So pi times the radius is 4 squared times the height, which is 3. So 16 times 3 times pi is about 150.8 centimeters cubed. This one, 1/3 base height, so 1/3 times the area of the base. Again, the area of the base is side squared, root 3 over 4. That'll be on your test, so don't worry. Over 4. So that'd be 144 root 3. And then divide that by 4. You get 62. Again, it's the same triangles we had in the last one. Times I, which is 9. Times 9. And then I'm going to divide that by 3. 187.1 yards cubed. Okay, last section on finding area and volume. These are spheres. So my surface area is this, my volume is this. Surface area is equal to 4 pi. My radius is 6 squared. So 6 squared times pi times 4 is 452.4 feet cubed. That's squared, sorry, area. Volume is 4 pi r cubed over 3, or 4/3 pi r cubed. So do 4 times pi times my radius is 6, so let's do 6 and then to the power 3. Divide that number by 3 and you get 904.8 feet cubed. The area of this, remember looking for that radius, which is going to be 3 here. So 4 pi r squared will take us to that. So 4 times pi times 9, which is 3 squared, gives you 113.1 centimeters squared rounded. The volume would be 4 pi, radius is 3 cubed, over 3. 4 times pi times 27 Divide that number by 3, and you get 113.1 centimeters cubed. Interesting fun fact. A sphere with radius 3 has the same volume and surface area. Next question. Let's go ahead and find the volume of the first solid. If this volume of the second solid is 110, we have to set up these proportions for this one first. So we're trying to find volume. So let's take our scale factor, which is 15 over 10. Let's set that equal to, it says the volume of the second solid is 110. So the 10 came from the second solid. So I'm going to match that. That's second solid. And then that's second solid. This is first solid on top. And so we need our x, is what we're trying to find, is also first solid. So your first solid things are both on top, the 15 and then the whatever we need to find. On the bottom we have a side of 10 in the second solid, and we know that the volume is 110. So that's how you set up these proportions, and you go ahead and solve once you cube both of these, because we need a ratio of volumes equals a ratio of volumes. Okay, so you can cross multiply. Cross multiply with that. 15 cubed times 110 divided by 10 cubed, is 371.25. 371.25 inches cubed. Okay, next one, set up a different proportion. 15 over 10 is equal to length of the first solid. If the length of the second solid is 200, length means I just need to leave it as 15 over 10. I'm not going to square it, not going to cube it, anything like that. Second solid is 200, so my first solid is don't know. So line up your first solids and your second solids. Cross multiply. 15 times 200 is 3,000. Divide that by 10, you get 300. First solid has a length of 300 inches. All right, so you can feel free to pause if I'm going too fast. Find the total area of the second solid. The total area of the first solid is 75, so we have 15 over 10. This is going to be an area, so you got to square them. Equals, find the total area of the second solid. So we're given the first solid is 75. Second solid is don't know. Okay, first solid 75. Yep, so you got first solid, second solid on the bottom. So you got 100, which is 10 squared times 75. And divide that by 15 squared. And that's going to give me 33.3 repeating inches squared, because it's an area. Last one. Let's go ahead and find the length of the diagonal of the first solid. So the length of the diagonal, since it's a similar object, are still going to be proportional. So the second solid is 20. So let's find that first solid. So we can go ahead and put an X there. So we got second solid, first solid, all lined up. 15 times 20 divided by 10 is 30. So our length is 30 inches. And that's your practice test. Good luck.